I would very much appreciate that.
How do our volumes sound? Does everything sound okay? Everything sound all good? 26 biddies!
Thank you.
Holy fucking shit! Thank you, Richard. That was really nice. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
But yeah, do we all sound okay? Everything sound good? Mid, I know you kind of got, your stuff up and stuff like that. Ooh, Mid, don't forget to send me the thing.
Oh, yes, I will definitely send you the thing. Let's see. I will just private message that to you right now.
I'm really hoping that it doesn't send it. I'll probably just wait to look at it.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to wait to look at it because it's gonna send like just straight the picture there.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I will download it later then. But yeah, so Wretched, thank you so very much for 100 biddies. 100 biddies going directly to the lovely, the beautiful Midnight.
Oh. Oh no, I'm getting all flustered. Now I'm flustered and sad. So that's even more reason to drink.
Well, you know what? First, we're going to talk about... Oh, Jesus!
oh, gosh!
Richard, thank you so much for 145 biddies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Were you just trying to even out the thing so it didn't look so wonky-donk? Because I understand that. But yeah, can we hear Mid okay over the music? Because I can turn the music down, I can turn Mid up. I just want to make sure that we're all good before we go into this. Because half the time y'all don't tell me when there are issues. And it makes me really mad, so...
Yes, please tell me that I am audible. And I
Chaos
would
knows
like
no
to...
bounds. Because then the other problem is then I turn the music down too quietly, but that's okay. Okay. Okay.
They're not here to listen to the music. They're here to listen to us for some reason.
Oh, shit. Well, whatever you say, you. Alright. Well, anyway. So, it is the end of Pride Month. Another month of Pride has come and gone, but you should celebrate Pride all year long because, you know, trans rights, gay rights, NB rights are people's rights, so that's super important. Celebrate Pride all the time. Thank you, Wretched, and have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Wretched. Have a good night.
But, yes, we are here to talk about what we think is probably one of the best LGBTQ shows out there in terms of representation, in terms of story. Be very, very warned. Not only are we going to spoil the hell out of this show, but there's a lot of heavy content. So please, please, we are not kidding. And I can actually say it here because I couldn't put it in the title, but this talks about, like, child trafficking. This talks about, Jesus!
Wait, wait, what? Ooh.
Nick, thank you so very much for the 5 gifted subs. Steel Prism, and Shinak, and Stu, and Kamen Rider, and Joopy. Everyone enjoy your subs. Everyone enjoy your emotes. And, Nick, thank you so very much for your gifted subs. Much appreciated.
You start going into things. Maybe, the stream cord bot didn't... We are live, so maybe that's something that we should do. Is alert the channel that we are currently live.
You mean the Discord chat?
Yeah, the Discord chat, yep.
Double checking summons real quick.
Yeah, I did. The one for this morning's up, but not right now.
Yeah, can you go ahead and do that so I don't look at your thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't know if you can. Hold on, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I've already written my answer, so I guess it doesn't matter. You know what? I should move you. I'll worry about it later. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. Ending Pride Month in the best way possible. What? Fucking crying our eyes out over objectively like the best LGBTQ show out there.
Right.
But yes, as I was saying before the beautiful sub bomb, thank you very much again for that. This show talks about child trafficking. It talks about rape. It talks about drug use. It talks about suicide. It talks about literally almost anything that you can think of, but it does it in a way where it's very tasteful isn't the right word, but it's not exploitive. There we go. That's the right word. It's not exploitive, because this show was written in a very different time, when these were issues that were slowly coming to light. They weren't as prominent of issues as they are now. So, yeah. So, Mid, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we are talking about Banana Fish, which I believe aired in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it got locked into Amazon, so not a lot of people really got to hear about it. It only got one nomination at the Crunchyroll Awards and didn't even win. This is blasphemy, and
what was it nominated for?
It was nominated for Best Director, I believe, and it lost out to Devilman Crybaby, I think.
But it also didn't get nominated for literally anything else, like Best Kiss,
or Best Soundtrack,
or Best Animation, or literally totally anything.
Mappa took what they learned on Yuri on Ice and were like, hey, we're gonna take what we learned here and apply it to this and make something amazing.
And then when Banana Fish won nothing at any awards, Mappa was like, okay, fine. What if we took all of the things that we did amazing in Banana Fish and applied it to every one of our other shows? Then will you motherfuckers watch us? Oh, what's that? You'll give us the final season of Attack on Titan, and you'll give us Chainsaw Man? Wow, it's almost like we're a competent company. Too bad we exploit the fuck out of our workers.
Right?
God, Mappa, you had one job and it was not to be a piece of shit.
Right. Oh, well.
But anyway.
Can't have it all, I guess.
That's true. But yes, not only are we going to be spoiling the hell out of this, but there is a lot of sensitive topics that get covered in this. So I beg of you all, just be aware of that. If you have to leave because we cover something that is very uncomfortable, no one is making you stay. Please do exit stage right if for any reason you do feel uncomfortable.
With that being said, let's meet our main characters. Do we have pictures to accompany this?
I don't, but I can certainly get pictures real quick if you wanna just occupy everyone real quick.
All right. So our cast of main characters is fairly small. There's actually only two what I'd consider main characters, and then a bunch of characters that are important, but not what I would call the mains. Our first main character, I mean, you'd agree with me, right? Ash and AG are basically the mains.
They are.
Max is important.
Ash and
Yulung is important.
Ash and AG are the most. The only one that I would argue that has more significance is Yulung. But
yeah,
that's just because of some stuff.
Yeah.
I love that I just type AG and it already knows what I want.
Right. Did you mean Eiji Okamura? No, Google. Why would you know that?
Why would you imply such a thing?
Right?
That's just rude. Okay. I'm getting the pictures. You know, had I thought about this earlier, I would have done it.
Yeah, well, you know, that's fair.
But I don't think. But also the problem is that just with everything that I already have on screen is that after a while it just gets kind of crowded. So then I'm just like,
that's
well,
fair.
What do I do? Okay. So this is Ash.
That's Ash, our American lead. He is a New York gang boss, and he is
only 17
at the start
years
of the
old.
series. Yep. He turns 18 some point during the series, but...
And then that's when things become more difficult, because it's like, you can't just go killing people, you're an adult now. The law can't protect you. You're a grown-up.
And there is the most Japanese character I've ever seen in my life. That was my first and initial reaction to AG when I saw him. I'm like, dang. I've been watching anime for like a majority of my life, and I've never seen a character that just visually looked Japanese until AG.
Well, and as someone who's read the manga, it's so funny because in the manga he speaks in very broken English as well, which they don't do at all in the show, which is obvious why they don't. But it's just the fact of it's so funny because he's like, "Ah, yes, Magnum PI. I know that." And Ash is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right.
Because one of the very first things that they do is AG is like, "Hey, is your gun real?" And Ash is like, "Yes."
Yeah, sure. You want to touch it?
Yeah, you want to touch my gun?
Which apparently Ash has never done for anyone ever, and in fact
has sliced someone's fingers off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he blasted some guy's fingers off for just like looking at him wrong and touching his gun.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everyone's kind of shocked when AG's just like, "Hey, can I touch your gun?" And Ash is like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, why not? But yeah, so basically the premise of the show is AG is traveling from Japan with another reporter, and they're doing like a reporter story on gangs in America or some bullshit. It's really not important. But they get a lead to meet up with Ash because Ash is a young gangster, and so they figure, okay, we'll go talk to him. So then they do, and then unfortunately get roped into criminal gang wars and a huge conspiracy. Involving Ash's older brother, who is a war veteran from Afghanistan that was drugged with a mind control drug, and it gets complicated.
And a child trafficking mafia boss and the U.S. government. You know.
Woo! Pride Month, let's go!
So I just have to say, this manga's been out longer than I've been alive.
Let me see if I can double check the print on it. Give me a second.
Yeah. I know it came out sometime in the 80s. I think it was before I was born.
I'm equally sure. No, it was not before you were born.
Was it the year I was born?
No, I think it was a year after you were born, because
this is 88?
No, it was 87.
I thought the year I was born.
I thought you were 2 years older than me.
No.
Mm-hmm. But no, I knew that it didn't come out before you were born.
Okay, so it came out on the year I was born.
But yes,
I'm about to turn 34. Leans in. Nothing has changed.
Yeah, the fact
that literally all they needed to do to update the show to make it more, better for the modern era was to update the technology and change the name of the war.
Mm-hmm. Because in this, in the manga, it's the Vietnam War.
Yep.
And they did a pretty good job at keeping, like, the older... I do wish that they had updated the style of the characters a little bit from the manga. They do a little bit, but Ash still has... a little bit. Ash still has this really weird, like, rounded chin when he's on his profile. It's really when they do the profiles that you can see it, that it has that weird kind of look to it. But, again, you know, when that's the style at the time, because this was also... After everything we just said, believe it or not, this was a shoujo manga.
Oh,
yup.
Right?
This is a 1987 shoujo manga. What the actual fuck?
Right? Oh.
It's redonkulous. It is absolutely redonkulous. But,
And from the little bit of research I've done, a lot of the stuff with Ash and Dino and the child trafficking and the rape was as a kind of a call out to, like, really negative yaoi stereotypes at the time.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of those stereotypes, like, haven't gone away, and that's kind of something that's kind of sad to see, to be perfectly honest. But at the same time, it's like, because literally in the first episode, there's this whole thing where Ash goes to Dino's place and there's a guard outside, and the guard is like, "Hey Ash, how you doing? It's been a while." And Ash literally goes, "Hey, faggot." And then to get back at Ash, the guy is like, "Hey, are you gonna make any more of those videos? I really enjoyed watching them." And it's like, ew, this show, ew. This is disgusting.
Yeah, that's the first episode.
That's like the first 10 minutes.
What is it? That was like, what, episode 2 or 3 with the cop making Ash watch the video?
3. That was episode 3.
Yeah, no, that is so disturbing. I hate it.
Oh, and then Ash getting assaulted in prison in episode 4.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then I think again in episode 5.
He got the shit kicked out of him, but he didn't get assaulted. I say assaulted. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh right. They tried to do that, but then he, like, forked the guy in the
eyeball,
balls, so.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ash is getting involved in this conspiracy because his brother was a victim of drugging, and the only thing he knows is his brother said the word banana fish. And then Ash finds someone who knows something about it, and they die, so that's cool. So now Ash is just trying to learn literally anything that he can about this drug. And
well, meanwhile, his owner, that's the best way I can put this. I know, I don't like it either.
The man who took him in.
The man who took him in and raised him
to be the killing machine that he is.
Yep.
There, that's better than owner.
Yeah, yep, you're right. That's much better.
That's better than owner.
Yep. So he's, like, trying to track down and get back this drug because he's working with the U.S. government to get this drug to
essentially to market.
Essentially to market, so they can, you know, have people in other countries under their control, or they can control scientists or whatever.
Or just control people to go absolute batshit crazy and kill people. Who the fuck cares?
Yep. So yeah, it's a lot. In the first half of the series, there's a decent amount that goes on, but then you get to, like...
Hold on a second. Nick just said, this is sounding like Twin Peaks and the X-Files mixed with yaoi. To be very clear, this is not yaoi. This is shonen ai. The relationship is just something that kind of naturally happens. And I would disagree with X-Files if only because this does have some science backing to it. So I would almost say it's a little more like Twin Peaks and Westworld mixed with Yaoi. Hi, Boogie! Hi.
That's good. Hi, Boogie! But yeah, so... should we say episode 9's about when it really hits the fan? Or do you want to put that to episode 8? Because the ending of episode 8 is not the greatest for anyone ever either.
I mean, episode 8 is only bad because AG, like, gets kidnapped. But it's like, cool. Who couldn't have seen that coming?
Well, yeah, but then there's also them capturing Max and Professor Abraham and Ash and eBay and burning down the house.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's all like, okay, this is shit that was gonna happen. Understandable. It is really
and
episode
9 happens.
Then episode 9 happens, and we're just like, well, bye. Fuck this show. We're out.
I never wanted to feel happy again. That's okay.
Now, to be fair, up to this point, the show doesn't skimp on a lot of things. The guy that did the icky things to Ash, he gets killed, and Ash gets blamed for his death and has to go to prison. One of Ash's men, I say men, it was like a 10-year-old boy, gets gunned down right in front of Ash. So this show is definitely not pulling punches by any means, but it is definitely trying to... It's really using AG as this means to be like, oh, shit's really fucked up, because Ash is kind of jaded to everything, to be perfectly honest. He still will acknowledge things as like, wow, that's pretty fucked up, but at the same time, he's also just like, I'm just gonna shoot people because they piss me off.
That's about the only way I can survive at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, episodes 1 through 8 do not mess around. There's something just viscerally effed up about episode 9.
Mm-hmm. I guess we should explain shorter before we do anything else.
I guess we should.
Go on.
So, Shorter Wong, which is Ash's best friend, and one of the head of the Chinese mafia in New York.
He's not part of. He's a gang boss. He's basically on the same level as Ash.
As Ash, yeah. So he's pretty much the head of the Chinese gang, and so they do go to the Chinese mafia for help, sort of. Mm-hmm. At Shorter's request. Mm-hmm. And then they get betrayed by the Chinese mafia.
Because, fuck you, Ash.
Because if things aren't bad now, they will be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we get introduced to the youngest son of the Chinese mafia, Loon Lee.
Yeah!
And the character that I am most viscerally, confused about how I feel.
I love him. I love him and hate him.
It has been 2 years, and I don't know whether I like him, I hate him, I want him dead, or I want him to live and get together with Sing, because that would be cute.
That would be really cute if he did get together with Sing.
So, but we'll get to that later. So, Yu Lung has Shorter betray Ash and kidnap AG. And they go back to New York and bring AG to Dino Golzine, which is the mafia leader that Ash has been raised by. Yep. And
honestly, one of the most disgusting things about that episode, fucked up stuff happens in that episode, but one of the most disgusting things for me personally was Dino, getting Ash all dressed up, giving him a big jade earring to accent his eyes and being like, ooh, I picked out a very special wine for you. Here you go. And then Ash tries it.
Parading him around.
Right.
In front of eBay and Max like that. That was gross.
And and Dino always refers to him as a wild beast or a beautiful animal or something like that. And I'm like, That's disgusting. That's so fucking gross.
It really is.
Ugh. Ugh. But that's not. That's only one of the bad things that happens in this.
Yep, that's only one of the bad things that happens in this episode, because remember that mind-controlling drug we just told you about? Yeah. So what would happen if we decided to drug Ash's best friend with it and make him try to viscerally afraid and try to kill the love of Ash's life? Oh, it hurts.
And then Ash having the ferocious instincts that he does. Now, granted, this is the best possible outcome, because Shorter was also like, I'm in
so much pain. Please kill me.
Save me. God, please save me. But what ended up happening was Ash, with the reflexes that he does, just ends up grabbing a gun and shooting Shorter. And it's not fun. It's not fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
I can't
even, like, I can physically not watch the second half of that episode. I got to just about when they were about to inject Shorter with banana fish before I had to skip the rest of the episode. I was feeling so, like, I was having a miniature panic attack.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
I'm completely heartless, and I was like, yeah, this really sucks, and I hate it, but I got through it. This is the second... I've seen this series 2.5 times, because the last time, Mid and I were like, yeah, we can watch Banana Fish. We got to this episode, and we were like, nope.
Maybe not.
maybe we're not ready. But then, Ash goes and saves AG, goes on this big rampage through the house with lots of guns, burns down the mansion. It's glorious. And it also gives one of the...
that's got one of, like, my favorite shots in the entire series.
I was just about to go look for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you can find it, that shot is just so well composed.
There's actually, like... God, Ash is, like, the most photogenic character in all of Banana Fish, but I also kind of hate it just because of his past. That I absolutely hate how good he looks in, like, everything.
Every shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if I had to take a moment to say what I thought was the best animation in the series, or the best moment, it would be just him with the fire surrounding him in Dino's mansion. With, like, the riot gear on his tux, and it's like...
And, like, the arms are frayed, and... Oh, my God. Oh, it's so good. I just found an image of Ash from episode 19, which is also very difficult to watch. So
yes,
we'll get to that though. Anyway, I'm gonna try one more thing to try to find it. But yes, everything is saved. Not everything is saved, because Ash literally just burned Shorter's body, because he's like...
Because they were experimenting on it, and it was... Have I mentioned that I hate, like, the younger Abraham brother? I was so happy when Ash just shot him full of bullets.
And it was incredible, because she shoots him, and he just keeps shooting him, and then he runs out, and he's like, why doesn't my gun work anymore?
I don't have any more. Yeah. It's like, I seem to be out of bullets. Like, that's vaguely terrifying.
That's something that happens later on, and we can come back to that. So I can't download the picture because it hates me, but I did find a picture of it, but I can't find, like, one to... Oh, here we go. This is a good one. I'll just see if I can get this one. Perfect. But yeah, so a lot of things happen. It's really sad. But then things... But then
2 episodes of cute domestic bliss?
Yeah, I was just about to say, and then the show goes, hey, what if AG and Ash, like, live together? It's adorable. You know you want this. You love it. Enjoy.
And you're like, oh, this is sweet and adorable, and oh, look at that, Ash is afraid of pumpkins.
Mm-hmm. Also, look at this. This is the image that Mid was talking about. Look at how fucking good this is. Yeah, you think you're overwhelmed now? That's only the first 9 of 24 episodes. Like, Jesus fuck. It's intense.
It does not get any better. It tricks you into thinking it might be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, there's about 2 episodes of domestic bliss, and then everything goes to hell and is never okay again.
No, I will say it's okay for a little bit. I would say that. Oh God. I would say that almost like, what is it? The second time AG gets kidnapped.
You mean when he gets pulled out of jail and taken to Luke Young's place?
Yeah. When that happens, that's when shit goes down. Because Ash gets into a big knife fight with Arthur, who's an ex-member of his gang, who's basically like, I'm better than you. And Ash is like, except you're not, because I kicked your ass last time and sliced off your fingers. So it is what it is.
He sliced the nerves in his fingers, but yes.
Yeah. And they have a knife fight, which, in all honesty, pretty low stakes compared to everything else.
It was very low stakes compared to everything else, but it was still kind of a big deal because Arthur had been teaming with Golzine, and he'd been a major antagonistic force. So it did get some closure there, and it was also the moment that he sees AG out in the crowd, and he's like, no, I don't want you to see me like this.
I know. Yeah. That one was really hard too. And the thing of it is that, again, but in the grand scheme of everything, coming off of what happened with Shorter, that is so low stakes.
Oh yeah, it's
high stakes for Ash because he's worried about like AG's reaction and everything like that, and I understand that. But just in the grand scheme of everything, it's pretty low stakes.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
It is. There's the exact image I was trying to find. Oh God, you can't look at our chat because I can't hear. I'll just like send it in the general chat of the.
Yeah, do that.
Somewhere. Maybe the anime chat, because the
drop
exact image I'm looking for that moment that absolutely just stunned me with how beautifully it was drawn. It's small because I iconed it rather than just got the screenshot. But
yeah, that was the one that I was trying to send too. Oh, it's so good. It's so gorgeous. It's
I know.
10 out of 10. It's so good. For those of you that are not in the Discord, let me drop this real quick so you can join the Discord and come hang out and look at the pictures that we're talking about on the podcast. But then after the fight with Arthur, I forget.
Ash almost dies and ends up in the hospital.
Yeah, that happens a few times.
Yeah. So he's hospitalized. AG's in jail because he gets caught with all the rest of the gang members.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yutlung bails him out and then kidnaps him because he's like, hey, I hate you. Hey, I just met you and I hate you. Get out of Ash's life and let him be a monster. Maybe.
Maybe. And then, this is where it gets a little fuzzy for me because the show is separated into this. The first 2 episodes, the trip to LA, Shorter's death, 2 episodes of Domestic Bliss, the Arthur fight, Ash with Golzine again, and then the end.
Alright, so I'll try to fill in what happens here. So this is the part where, while Ash is nearly dead and in the hospital, this is where the U.S. government starts to go, hey, this boy's a problem, and Goldstein's
That's
not
right.
doing
He goes
anything
to the
about
mental ward.
Yep,
I
he goes to the
remember
mental health
now.
center.
Oh,
Yep.
and he does that little scene that I hate. Oh.
Yeah, as part of his escape plan. That's super uncomfortable.
It's super uncomfortable.
But you know what part of that I love? The part where he finally gets out, and then he sees Max and eBay being brought in, and he's like, no, I don't want to save him. I'm not gonna save him! Ugh, fine, I'll save them.
I know. I think this is just my thoughts. It doesn't say this in the show, but I literally think he does it because he's like, H.E. would be so pissed if he knew.
Right. He's like, ugh, fine, I'll do it.
And it's so funny because
I want to.
And it's so funny because he's literally just like, no, I just got out. I'm free. I can go. They are not my problem. Shit. But to clarify this thing that Ash does that makes me uncomfortable, Ash is very well aware of how to use his body to get what he wants, and he is very what's the way I can describe it? He is very fluent in the art of seduction, and this anime goes out of its way to be like, yeah, there is latent homosexuality in every single male human being, mainly just because it's a power thing. It's not this thing of like, oh, all men are secretly gay. No, it's a power thing. They like to assert their dominance onto feminine-looking boys because it makes them feel big and tough. And Ash knows that he's a little delicate-looking, so he really knows how to use his body to seduce, and he does that on the security cameras, and then one of the guys shows up, and then Ash just beats the shit out of him, and it's the best thing ever.
And just like straight up murders him, and he's like, yep, I told you I'd send you to heaven in 5 minutes.
And I absolutely hate watching it because Ash will do something and I'll be like, God, that's hot. No, shit.
Nope, bad.
But also, look at him. It's not fair. Mappa made him gorgeous. Because in the anime, or in the manga, I'll be honest, he doesn't look that great. Here, let me get a manga picture real quick.
Great. The manga art's really, really old, though. Once again, it was the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Mappa had no right to make him as hot as he is. Like, that's not even fair.
Let me see if I can... Perfect. So then what happens after they get out of the mental ward?
After they get out of the mental ward, that's when Ash is like, hey, remember me? I'm back. So he meets up with his gang, and he meets up with AG, and they have a little more time for like a tiny bit of more domestic bliss. But then Blanca comes in.
Hey, let me stop you real quick. This is what Ash looks like in the manga. Yep. One of these things is not like the other. No, we are reading chat. I just didn't understand what you were saying. And it's not really like in context. But anyway. But yeah, so this is manga Ash, and then this is anime Ash, and how did we get here?
What the heck, Mappa?
Mappa, how?
Why do we do this?
Mappa, how? That's not fair. You can't take something like this and turn it into that. It's also the facial structure. Like, if you look at Ash's face in the manga, it's much blockier. And it's got like a rounder jaw. And in the anime, he's definitely got a lot more of that curved jawline. It's not as aggressively square. But again, you know, we're comparing an anime style from the 80s to
well, yeah,
modern.
A manga style from the 80s to a anime style from 2018.
Right, exactly. But anyway, Blanca was Ash's old teacher under Golzine because
and a professional assassin.
Right, you think Golzine's gonna teach Ash how to do everything? Ha! No, he's just gonna hire people to do it. But it leads to probably my favorite scene in the whole show that just gives me absolute chills every single time I see it.
Ooh, we talking about the warehouse?
We're talking about the warehouse.
Ooh, there's two parts of that scene that gives me chills.
Okay, I'll say the one that gives me chills. So, by this time, Ash and AG have had a lot of time to spend together. AG got shot by one of the sniper bullets, but he's fine. He just has a bit of a fever and has to sleep it off because that's how bullets work.
He's he got grazed on the arm, and it's like, oh well, I guess you're injured, so now you have a fever.
Well, I mean, it's the fact that it's such a sharp dose of pain to your body.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole thing of it. But so Ash is like, "Hey, I'll be back. Take care. Bye." And AG's like, "I know you're lying to me, but it's okay. Like, just come back safe. That's all I care about." So right. Ash goes to the warehouse and he meets up with Yutlung, Golzine, and Blanca. And Yutlung is basically like, "Oh, you want Eiji Okumura to be safe? I want you to take this gun and kill yourself." And Ash, without hesitation, takes it and fires the gun right at his head. And there's no bullets in it. And Yutlung is just flabbergasted, but Ash just goes, "Oh, it's empty. Quick, give me a bullet."
Where are the bullets? Yeah.
And then Yutlung just like loses his shit. And Ash is like, "You're the one that you're the one that told me to shoot myself." And just the matter-of-fact way Ash is like, "Oh, you want me to die so he'll be safe? Sure. Why the fuck not?" But they're just friends.
Yeah, they're totally just friends.
They're just friends.
Yeah, and that totally leads me to the part of that scene that gives me chills, is after Yutlung and Dino leave, Ash is like, "Hey, Blanca, stay behind so I can punch you."
Yeah!
And Blanca's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll stay behind you so you can punch me, but I'm not gonna just let you punch me." So they fight, and Blanca beats Ash to a pulp, and he's laying there on the ground, and he just, like, breaks down midway, and he's like, "You know what? I don't even care. Leave me alone. I'm happy. For the first time, I met somebody who wants nothing from me in return for just being with me. I'm happy."
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that is so painful.
And again, Ash is only 18. Ash is only 18.
We didn't even get to the stuff about when he was a kid. Like,
oh my god! Oh god, I don't even think we need to get into that.
Yeah, no. I think we're, So yeah, so after that...
In order to keep AG safe, Ash goes back with Golzine and essentially starts selling banana fish. Oh, hi! Happy birthday! I'm excited!
Hey.
Happy birthday to you,
Happy
Wolf!
Birthday.
But, yeah, so,
he starts selling banana fish to the government officials, and he actively hates himself for it. He feels like a monster.
Mm-hmm. And, well, because when Golzine took him back, he's like, "I'm gonna make you the lowest of the lowest prostitutes, and you're gonna have to go through something that no prostitute has ever had to go through." And Ash is
Ash assumed he was gonna have to sell his body again, and he was okay with that.
Which he was like, "Okay, fine, I'm used to that." But then Golzine was like, "No, you're gonna be selling your soul." Which leads me to the second hardest thing to watch in the show, which is Ash going through an absolute mental breakdown Like, it is an actual mental breakdown, because he just talks about how... Because Golzine's talking about how he's gonna adopt Ash and officially claim him as his son. And Ash is like, that's hysterical, because I'm nothing but your sex toy. That's all I am to anyone. All I do is, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, all I am to you is a cum dumpster. So what the fuck would you want with me as a son? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm not really paraphrasing, but I'm paraphrasing.
You're sort of paraphrasing, but not really.
Mm-hmm. So Ash just has a full breakdown. He's not eating. He's literally on like an IV and water.
Yeah,
he's doing
they pretty
the
much
bare
diagnosed
essentials.
him with anorexia at that point.
I'm really hoping that one of the manga volumes I get is that breakdown, because I just want to see what it looked like, because it's such a like, Mappa does such a phenomenal job with this show. It's so beautifully crafted and so well done. And then Golzine has a party, and they go in and they save Ash. Hooray, we did it. Yay, we get like 30 seconds of a celebration. And then
before Blanca's like, hey, they're in the sewers, go capture them.
And then well, they do manage to get out, and they get hiding, but a lot of people get killed, and that sucks. Yep. But then Yut Lung is also like, hey, do me a favor, kill Eiji, because I want to see the kind of monster that Ash can become. So Eiji gets shot, like heckin' shot, not just grazed by a bullet. And yeah, Ash loses his fucking mind for a solid second. And that was a hell of a thing to see.
It really was.
This is episode 22 of 24. We're almost there. This is the longest we've ever gone, like, explaining a show.
And I feel like we've skipped some parts, because by the time he's gotten shot, there's a new antagonist introduced.
Fuck, I forgot about him!
I almost always forget about, because he's awful, and I hate that they brought him in last minute.
He's like, there's literally no reason for him to be there. Like, the whole ending thing should have just been Dino and Yut Lung. Like, Yut Lung could have 110% betrayed Dino and just taken that guy's spot. That would have been phenomenal.
It would have. I don't know why that guy had to be there.
Because he's a military dude.
Because I get it, yeah. Yeah. But he sucks too, so...
And then he dies, so who cares?
And then he dies, so who cares? But that could be summed up for a lot of the rest of the series, except for, one certain character.
Oh, god damn it! Why did you have to say it that way? Fuck, dude!
I mean, look, Golzine dies and who the fuck cares? The Colonel dies and who the fuck cares?
I mean, here's the thing. I was actively pissed when I watched Golzine die, because I was like, no, Ash was supposed to do that. No, fuck you, show. Ash was supposed to do that. And the fact that Ash wasn't
mad about that.
And the fact that Ash wasn't mad about that, I was like, good for you, boo. Way to grow up. Good for you.
Right.
But essentially, after Eiji gets shot, his family gets in touch with him and is like, you have to come back to Japan. And Eiji's like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Oh my god, can we talk about the hospital scene real quick?
Oh, no. Hospital. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So after Eiji got shot, Ash was like, "Hey, I'm going to the hospital with him," and Blanca was like, "No, you're not. He's going to be declared a criminal because you are a criminal."
Mm-hmm. So then, right before the big fight happens, Blanca takes Ash to the hospital. And he's like, "This is where Eiji is. You have until midnight. because they're going to come and check on Eiji. So then Ash goes in there, and Eiji was teaching Ash Japanese before he got shot, and he taught Ash goodbye, which is sayonara, because in Japan, or in Japanese, you have very casual ways to say goodbye, like ja ne, or ja, which is just I'll see you later, or, you know, something like that, or mata ne. And sayonara is usually more of a finality sort of goodbye. It's typically a kind of goodbye that you say when you're not going to see someone for a very long time or ever again. So, and Ash basically goes and sees Eiji, says sayonara. Eiji is still recovering from his surgery, and he's like, wait, you said sayonara. What does that mean? I don't understand. And then wakes himself out of his, like, fever-induced coma, crawls out of his hospital room to try to go see Ash, and they don't even get a minute to, like, embrace or anything because the cops are coming, and Eiji just screams at him, just get out of here, just go. And Eiji's, like, holding on to, like, one of the cops, and he's like, let him do what he has to do. Ah!
Yeah, in all of this chaos, we forgot to mention that most of their friends, including another, what I consider one of the sub-mains, Max, was kidnapped and brought to the new mental health center, and they were absolutely going to be killed and or experimented on.
So that's what Ash is doing, is going to save them all.
Save them. Yeah.
Side note here, one of the members of the Chinese mob gets kicked out of the party. We'll come back to that later. But Ash gets there, he saves everyone, kills the shitty-ass colonel. They play the first opening, which is a cool fucking bomb-ass song, and I fucking love it. And it's easily one of my favorite anime openings of all time.
Right, and I'm still pissed that they tried to give Dino a dignified death, but you know what? Whatever, it's fine.
I think the point they're trying to make is that in his own fucked up way, he did love Ash, but it's like, no, you're still fucked up.
No, it's still fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think, because he was always the one saying you can't underestimate him, because Ash has like a 200 IQ or something crazy like that, and he's been taught to be like a top assassin. So Dino is always the person to be like, don't underestimate him, or you don't know what you're dealing with when it comes to Ash. I think he's the only one that truly understood like Ash's capabilities and Ash's intelligence and stuff like that. But at the same time, he was also a greedy motherfucker that was like, this belongs to me. It's mine.
I made this, and if it's gonna get away, I'm gonna take it out of this world.
Right, and that's the fucked up side to it. But at the same time, every time he had someone go after Ash, it was always, if he had someone go after Ash, it was always, do not kill him, bring him back alive, because Dino could be the only one to punish or kill Ash, essentially. But the long and the short of it is, there's probably some very fucked up regard of like, no, he really did love Ash, but it doesn't matter because, you know, he exploited Ash and all this other really, really, really shitty stuff, if we're honest.
Yeah. In the way I looked at it, it was like, in a fairy tale ending, Ash would have been able to be the one to kill him, but this was taking a more realistic approach, and shit happens, and you don't always get what you want.
Yeah, you sure don't. Speaking of... We've come to the end. We've come to the end of episode 24. Eiji is going back to Japan, and he asks one of the members of the Chinese gang to give Ash a letter. And in that letter is a ticket for Ash to fly to Japan and go be with Eiji. And on his way to the airport, Ash gets stabbed.
And the hardest part is he could have gone and gotten help. He could have done a lot of things. But he chose to go to the library there and bleed out reading the letter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of speculation for why he did that, but the thing that I think is true is that in that moment, he realized no matter where he went, no matter what he did, there were always people that were going to be out to get him.
Yeah, it's the fact
and he didn't want to expose Eiji to that danger.
Yeah, it's the fact that he was like, Golzine's dead, Banana Fish is gone. It feels like everything should be wrapped up, because the guy who stabbed him was even like, I can't believe you let your guard down. And that's right. Ash is always hyper alert, hyper on guard. So the fact that this is what kills him, and it's his choice to die that way, is so tough. And the whole time there's this fucking narration from Eiji going over the whole thing where it's like, I'm saying sayonara to America, I'm saying sayonara to New York, but I'm not saying sayonara to Ash.
Sayonara to you.
And it's like, well, he's fucking dead, so I guess you are. Now, in the anime, when it originally came out and everyone was like, you know what? No, fuck this. Everyone kind of had, because the ending of the anime was kind of ambiguous. Kind of. If you wanted to stretch it, it was ambiguous because there was no confirmation that Ash was dead. Someone just said he was sleeping, so for all we knew, someone could have noticed he was bleeding and he got sent to a hospital.
Called an ambulance.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. He could have been fine. But why don't you tell them how the manga ends?
Oh, well, the manga ends kind of the same way, but there's the follow-up chapter. Then there's the follow-up chapter, which is not only explicitly like, hey, he's dead, by having Max talk about, how he was buried, how everybody's doing after he's gone, but also showing Eiji literally just sitting there with pictures of Ash and not being happy for the rest of his life.
Yep.
It's horrible, and I hate it, and I refuse to accept this as canon.
Well, that's just what we're stuck with.
Even though I've read it and it made me bawl like a like a baby.
I'm getting volume 19 in the mail like tomorrow or something like that. So
I think it was a separate volume. But
it's not Angel Eyes, right?
No, Angel Eyes doesn't have the story in it. Let me look it up.
Please do.
I want to say it's Garden of Light, but let me double check.
Oh, yeah. I think it was a book.
Yeah, Garden of Light, Banana Fish. A postscript said 7 years after the events of Banana Fish.
That's awful. I hate that. That's absolutely terrible. But we haven't really touched too much on the Shonen Ai aspect of the show and the but that's why this show is so incredible, and why, in my opinion, it's one of the best LGBT representations, because it doesn't go out of its way to be like gay, super gay, hella gay, bleh. But
but instead it shows it in little moments, like the way Eiji walks up behind Ash without Ash jumping like he did. Like that, I think that's the moment Lung decides he hates Eiji, because when Lung came into the room, Ash whipped around and was like, "What the don't sneak up on me, I don't like it." But Eiji walked in without any problem at all.
I will say, on a second watch through, there is this weird kind of undertone of like, yes, they are very good friends. These two are very good friends. But it's like, Ash and Eiji know that they love each other. But I think part of that also comes from the context of the manga, because they couldn't be explicit about that kind of thing back in the day. But there is a kiss. There is a kiss, and it is one of my favorite scenes. Because it's while Ash is in prison, and he's trying to get a message out to Eiji, or out to anyone, literally, So he has AG come visit, and then he gives him a kiss and like shoves this pill capsule into AG's mouth. And as he's leaving, he's like, "Come see me again, sweetie," and like gropes AG's ass, and he's like, "Ah." I'm like, I'm a virgin 19-year-old. What is this?
And then eBay's like, you know what? I think that was AG's first kiss.
But yeah, no, like you said, it's a lot more in the subtle moments. Like the fact that AG gets to a point where he can tell that Ash is lying, but he doesn't like call him out for it. He's just like, "You're lying, but you know what? Go do what you need to do. I understand. Just please take care of yourself." So there's that.
Right. And then like absolutely adorable moments, like when Ash is like, "Wake me up in 2 hours," and the whole of his gang is scared to wake him up, but AG's just like walks over, "Hey, lazy ass, wake up."
And then
in 2 hours.
And then there's that one
the gang's like,
and then there's that time in their apartment where AG's like, "Hey, it's time for you to wake up. Hey, this is the 6th time I've had to wake you up. You're gonna eat and you're gonna like it." And Ash is like barely awake. He's trying to eat and he falls back asleep.
Breakfast.
And so AG throws him in the shower and he's like, "Okay, I'm coming back in 6 minutes." And then Ash comes out. He's like all dressed up. And then he's like, "Oh, you made me who the fuck ate my food?" And AG's like, "You ate it."
You did. I love the stuff like that.
I know.
And then when Ash like trusts him like with how he's afraid of pumpkins, and AG starts laughing at him, which I don't think anyone else would have the balls to do.
Right.
And he's like, "You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have Goldsey and send assassins after you. Maybe we should just have him like plant a pumpkin patch."
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
And when he's teaching Ash about Naoto.
Yes.
It's
and Ash is like, "God, did Japanese people only eat stinky stuff?"
It's like, no,
he's
this
like
is
trying
healthy.
to eat the mackerel. He's like, "I'm dying.
This is healthy. It's good for you." And Ash is like, "Please no." Nick, thank you so very much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome in. We are wrapping up our talk on Banana Fish because, man, that was a long, difficult conversation.
Oh God, have we been talking about this show for an hour? Because
yeah,
I started crying when we were talking about the ending. Did you hear that?
Oh, I was crying a little bit too. I had to force myself to stop because I'm like, "Nope, we're talking. It's fine." But honestly, like there's a lot of really subtle things about this relationship, and that's what's so beautiful and so well done about it. And that's but again, it's not just the relationship, it's also just everything about this show is so good. Everything about this show is so stellar, and this is my second watch through of it, and your third or fourth?
Third or fourth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see, I watched it with you, I watched it with Sam, I watched it on my own.
So this would be your fourth.
So yeah, this would be my fourth.
Fourth and a half, because we
tried because we tried watching it, and then we got to episode 9, and we're like, nope, it's time to nope out. Okay, thanks, bye.
But yeah, so if you have Amazon and you have Prime Video, highly recommend watching Banana Fish. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie.
It's rough. Once again, if any of the trigger warnings we listed at the beginning are things that bother you, just do not. Like, I love this anime, but if you have problems with a lot of the things we listed, I can say just don't.
Yeah, legitimately, just do not bother.
Instead, look at cute, wholesome content of them being cute and domestic on, like, Tumblr or something. There's lots of cute little domestic comics of them.
Facts. Beautiful. True stories. But with that being done, I think we're gonna go ahead and go into some fun stuff. Let's do some fun stuff to alleviate a lot of this bullshit.
Yeah, because I forget how to be happy after the ending of this show occasionally.
Yeah, it takes a little while to come back from it. So what Mid and I decided,
it's better this time. I'm not as numb as I was the first time around.
Oh yeah, no, the first time you're
or
just
even
like
the second.
Although I will say, I was watching the show and I asked my husband to give me a hug like halfway through episode 24. But then episode 24 happened and I was just heaving and sobbing and like ugly crying. So
yeah, I was too.
It was not ideal.
I was not doing okay at the end there.
So what we've done is we decided to kind of make things a little fun for us. We have done our 3x3s. Stu, hello! You did get a gifted sub. Enjoy that. Not too much. We just finished up the discussion of the show we were watching for the podcast. So now we're going to go into our 3x3s, which if you guys don't know what those are, anime 3x3s are basically these grids that you can make to kind of sum up your tastes in anime and kind of talk about it. So what Mid and I did were we made our own 3x3s and then we wrote down what we thought are going to be on each other's grids. So chat, you guys need to help us decide a reward. What does the winner get? What does the winner of this get? Whoever guesses the most anime right. What does the winner get? You'll also
My recommendation was a larger cup of whiskey.
Well, hopefully we'll be happy and we won't need more whiskey. Although whiskey is delicious. True. Oh. Okay. So here's a thought. The winner gets to pick an anime of their choice to give to the loser that they are almost certain that the loser's not gonna like.
Oh, okay.
So let's hope that you know me.
Oh, all right.
So we have my 3x3, unless we want to do yours first.
Okay. Let's do yours first, and then we'll get into mine.
Sure. So first off, I want to hear your guesses. What are your guesses of the 9 shows that are on my 3x3?
All right. So my guess is for what's on your 3x3.
Well, first off, what's my middle square? Middle square is the number 1.
Your middle square is Code Geass.
Okay.
Okay, and then somewhere on there is Sword Art Online.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Attack on Titan, JoJo Part 5.
Okay.
You
didn't write it down?
No, this is where it gets hard.
Well, why don't you write it down just so that way we can actually remember?
Okay.
Actually, I'll write it down so it's all together. Okay, so you said my number 1 spot was Code Geass.
Yep.
And then SAO and Attack on Titan. What else did you say?
Jeez, I think that's all I had for now. SAO, Attack on Titan. Oh god, why is my brain literally flipping off everything you've ever, told me you've watched? Oh, this is beautiful. Okay.
I had to go to my anime list so I could look at stuff and be like, oh yeah, I should put this on there. Oh yeah, Mid's probably watched that. So that's my recommendation.
Let's throw Beastars on there.
Okay. That's 4.
Okay. Let's see. I'll take a bet and see if Sekai made your list.
Okay.
And how many more do I have left?
You have 4 more to go.
Alright, well actually let's just throw Banana Fish on there because, let's be real, we both adore it despite the pain.
Right. Alright, 3 more.
3 more? Okay. Oh wait, I said JoJo Part 5. That was
there
the
you
other
go.
one that I forgot.
All right, 2 more.
Okay. It's Basket, and I will bank on the remake.
Okay.
And let's go with an oldie but a goodie, Haruhi Suzumiya.
Okay. So if we get our number 1 spot right, that's 5 points. Everything else is 1 point. So if you get their middle spot correct, but it's in like a different place, it's only 1 point. So for example, if I have Code Geass on my list, and it is my number 1, it's 5 points. If I have it in a different spot, it's only 1 point. But everything else is 1 point anyway. So just extra bonus points if you get the middle, because that's the hard one. Okay, so to reiterate, you said that I would have Melancholy of Haruhi, Fruits Basket Remake, JoJo Part 5, Banana Fish, Sekai, Beastars, Attack on Titan, SAO, and my middle spot would be Code Geass.
Yep.
Well,
probably got most of those wrong.
You're gonna be surprised, I think. I'm gonna put it up on stream, and I'm gonna wait for you to catch up.
All right. Well, let me take a look. Pull stream back up. And wait for it to catch up so it is on stream.
Woo! I believe in you, stream.
It's taking a moment.
That's totally fine. Don't worry about it. How are you, chat? You guys doing A-okay?
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, Oh, that's an anime I forgot existed.
Which one?
Naramaga Daikon Brothers.
I love that show. I love it so much.
That show is so good.
So, going from...
Okay, Haruhi in the middle.
So going from the top to the bottom, so like from the top row to the middle row to the bottom row, I have Code Geass, Gonkutsuo, Narama Daikon Brothers, Noragami. I'm floored you didn't get Noragami.
You're right. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm also ashamed I didn't get your Lion April.
I am a little surprised that you didn't put Haruhi as my middle, because how many times have I said that's my favorite anime of all time? I feel like I say it every single time I talk about anime to anyone.
You also mentioned Code Geass is like pretty much one of your favorites too.
No, you're absolutely right, but I can't even remember how many times I've said, what do I think is the best anime? Objectively, Gonkutsuo. What do I think is the best personally? Haruhi. That's like always my conversation with it.
That's fair.
But yeah, Noragami, Haruhi, Your Lion April, and then the bottom line, Banana Fish. I was surprised that Banana Fish was like your throwaway one. You're like, it might be on there. Banana Fish,
yep.
SAO, and then finally Full Metal Alchemist. But which Full Metal Alchemist?
Oh.
I am using a picture from the wrong one. I will say that.
Full Metal. What? You know I'm right.
No, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I said it's got to be the 2003 because you're not a big Brotherhood fan.
Yeah, but the picture that I put on here is from Brotherhood, and that makes me mad. Because I didn't realize it when I was doing it, and I was like, well, fuck.
It's not too noticeable. Don't worry about it.
It
doesn't have any of the Brotherhood only characters, so.
The only reason I know is solely because of the way that the lighting is done on the transmutation and the way that the glove is ripping. It's too clean. If that makes sense.
That's fair.
So that gives you 1 point, 2 points,
3, 4.
All right, 3 points and 4 points. Okay, excellent. So 4 points for Midnight.
I think, yeah, you know me too well, so you
Holy
are definitely
shit,
getting...
Mio! Mio, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. You guys are all here for podcast night. Hello. It's just kind of a chill vibe going on. We're doing our anime 3x3s. So, thank you so much for the resub. Dragonfly, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Drink your damn water, Boogie. I don't have any water.
For once I did, so I drank my damn water.
I'm gonna go get my water real quick. Okay. So I will be right back. You're very sweet. I appreciate it. That's so nice. We're actually wrapping up Pride Month right now. We've been doing Pride Month on the podcast, and we just talked about banana fish. So if anybody in the chat knows banana fish, you just missed us gushing about the show for an hour and then crying for 10 minutes. So, you know it.
Oh, you understand the pain.
Rose Crystal, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's fucking rough. It's so rough. It's aggressive. So to kind of alleviate some of that, we're doing our 9x9s, which is talking about some of our favorite anime or the anime that we think kind of defines our taste. Is that a Deku I see? Yes, I have Deku statue. Mid, I'm going to make you go away for just a second. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You can show off your statues.
I have a Deku statue. I have a Bakugo statue. I have a Sora statue. Mio, don't look at my shame. I have a Diluc statue, and I have a Tanjiro statue. I love them all, and they are all my babies, and they are important and precious to me. Mio, did you manage to pull Kazuha? Have you pulled him yet in Genshin? Oh, okay. My hubs not only managed to pull him on his first pull, but also pulled Razor, which my husband has been trying to get Razor since he started playing Genshin, so he's incredibly happy with that. I'm going to leave my 3x3 up for just a second while I go get some water, because then I have a question for you, Midnight, before we move on to your 5x5 or 9x9, excuse me. But entertain the chat. I will be back in a moment.
Right. So, hi everyone. I only got 4 points. I am absolutely... Is that a Lark I see? Hi, Lark! It's Newt. I am the middest of Newts. The newtiest of Newts. So I hope you're doing well. Were you here for when we were crying our eyes out? Just, like, lurking, or are you just coming in now, Lark? Huh? But yeah, I'd completely forgotten that Nerima Daikon Brothers existed as an anime, and I feel ashamed. That has 3 of my favorite actors, like dub actors and actresses in it. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the podcast. I'm sorry, Greg Ayres. I'm sorry, Chris Patton. I think it was Monica. I can't remember who the girl was, actually. Was it Hillary? I think it was Hillary. Oh, either way. That was a good show. Good music. Now I want to go watch that again. It's been so long. If you have not watched Nerima Daikon Brothers, I am going to absolutely just rip Hershey off here and take that and like pull it off the list and be like, hey guys, watch this. Can't believe I didn't get Gankatsuo. Well, then again, I was, thinking about other things. Oh, you should, Lark. Naruma Daikon Brothers was a fantastic show. Like, it's just so funny. It's so absurd. And
it's an anime musical.
It's an anime musical. Yeah.
And here I am drinking my water boogie.
Was it Hilary Hag that played the female in that?
No, it was Lucy Christian.
Oh, it was Lucy Christian.
I can understand the confusion.
I know it was Greg Ayres and Chris Patton for the two guys, but...
So the question I wanted to ask is, what is the most predictable one that's on here, and then what is the most surprising one that is on here?
Well, you surprised me with Naruma Daikon Brothers.
That's fair.
I completely forgot it existed. I'm like, wow, that dragged up a memory that I didn't even know I still had. Thanks. And obviously, most predictable was Sword Art, Gios, and
How dare
Haruhi.
you?
I knew they'd be on here, but I can't believe I didn't get Noragami and Your Lie in April.
I'm surprised you didn't get Gankatsuo.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised I didn't grab that either.
Like, how dare you?
You're definitely gonna win this because you know everything I love, basically.
I might. I'm not 100% sure because I glanced a little bit at your thing just because I saw it for like 2 seconds and I saw 2 things that I know for a fact are not on my list. So I'm like, oh, that bodes well. Lark coming in here being like, Noragami's so good, and I'm just like, I made you watch that. Also, Mio, if you're still here, I didn't get a chance to say, your raid message is super fucking cute, and I absolutely love it. Mio is typically a Genshin streamer, so the little outrider is adorable. I love that. But now we're gonna move on to Midnight's 9x9. Should I, one of the things I have on here, should you ask me to specify, I will, or if you didn't specify, that's fine too. So, in your middle spot, your number 1, I picked, Fruits Basket 2019.
Okay.
I picked Shiki.
Okay.
I picked Hibani Renmei.
Okay.
I picked Holic. I picked Gankatsuo.
Okay.
I picked Assassination Classroom. I picked Sailor Moon. I picked One Piece. And I picked Death Note.
Ooh, I think I actually win.
You might. You just might.
Because you got 2 points. Well, 3, I think. Yeah, because you had Gon, Shiki, and Moon. But you had Moon, Fruits Basket, and well, actually, you have Fruits Basket, so we're tied. It's just
oh my god, are you kidding me? Hold on,
hold on.
I'm pulling up your 9x9 right now because everyone has to see this. Everyone has to. Well, and I also have to look at your choices anyway. Because I haven't
put it up because we need to talk about these.
Right.
I'm generally surprised you didn't put Gankatsuo in my center.
Because you always talk about how fucking good... Okay, it's the exact same argument that you gave to me about fucking Code Geass and Haruhi. Because you always talk about how you think that Fruits Basket is the perfect anime. You always say that. You always say that.
That is true. I do think Fruits Basket is a perfect anime.
Alright. Did I save it? I did. Because I saved it while I was quieted.
Alright.
Yes. This is the I am a simp. This is the I am a simp 9x9. Or 3x3, excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna make this argument. Fuck you for putting Moriarty on here. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
No!
Both.
Yes, both. The answer
to that is both.
The answer is both.
The answer is yes.
The answer is correct. No, but bullshit on Moriarty. I'm calling bullshit on Moriarty.
That is absolutely within my taste. I was going for ones that, like, define my taste.
Death Note defines it so much more, because Death Note came first. You never shut the fuck up about Death Note.
I was obsessed with it for like 11 years, but I've pretty much gotten over it.
Because you know that you're wrong and Light's a piece of shit.
No. Well, yes, but yet no.
Oh, I went for the wrong...
Yes, he's a piece of shit. No, I'm not wrong.
I went for the wrong obscure one. Son of a bitch. But yeah, why don't you go ahead and say top row, middle row, bottom row, what you've got on here.
Okay. So top row, one that you did get was Sailor Moon. Obviously, it is divining. Oh, yeah.
OG.
Particularly, I took they had like all the different seasons, so I particularly took the caption for Sailor Moon S because it's my favorite season.
Yeah, because it's got Haruka. Haruna?
Yep.
Haruka.
Haruka.
Haruka. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
Your waifu
Sailor
for
Moon,
waifu.
particularly S, because that's the one I just took the picture for. Madoka Magica.
Okay.
Because goddamn, I'm just a magical girl simp. What do you want from me? The anime I'm going to be making you watch at the start of my birthday month, aka next week.
Yeah.
Martian successor Nadesco. Row 2, Shiki.
Yeah.
Center and my favorite anime, basically, of all time, Gankatsuo. Then on the other side, Fruits Basket 2019, because yes. And once again, to Lark, the 2001 one's good too. I would watch both and thank everybody. And the bottom row, Moriarty the Patriot, because it literally just I think it was very similar to what you were trying to go for with Holic. I just really love revenge stories and like things where bad people get their comeuppance.
Literally, the reason I picked Holic is because of your ferocious crush on Colleen Clinkenbeard.
I do have a ferocious crush on Colleen Clinkenbeard.
That was literally the only reason I picked it. I'm like, she likes Colleen Clinkenbeard, and in this one, she plays a drunk with big titties.
And Yuko is 10 out of 10 waifu material. But I'm really mad at the manga, so don't talk to me about Holic right now.
Well, don't talk to me about Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles.
Yeah, we can be big mad at Clamp together.
Fuck you, Clamp.
Clamp. Anyway, we have JoJo Part 5 in particular.
I don't know why I didn't pick Part 5. The way that you got me into JoJo's was by talking about how good Part 5... You literally told me everything that happens in Part 5, and I was like, fine, I'll fucking watch JoJo's. Jesus.
And that's how you fell down the rabbit hole.
Yup.
Here's one that is so obscure that I'm sure no one in this chat has heard of, and I just love it, Here is Greenwood.
You have talked about this one.
Yep, it's very...
I remember hearing the name, like, twice.
Yeah, I hardly ever talk about it, but I do love it.
Oh,
like,
Christ.
That was my super obscure anime that I was like, no one's gonna guess this. And if anyone even knows what it is other than me, I will be amazed.
So, I will say, Sailor Moon, Shiki, and Gankatsuo were the super obvious ones for me. I'm surprised One Piece isn't on here, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no, there were a few that I switched off in and out, and the couple times it made me do it. I did have Death Note on here at one point, but then I was like, no, you know what? That used to be really definitive of me, but not, like, so much anymore.
I would agree. So, you are more eager to keep up with Moriarty the Patriot. Did the manga end for that?
Yes, I believe it has, or it's very close, because no spoilers. Mikuru's not on screen, and you're not caught up, so I won't say anything.
But yeah, no, Shiki, Sailor Moon, Gankatsuo, 110%. I knew they would be on here. Madoka is probably the biggest surprise for me. Because I know that you like Madoka, but it's one of those things of like, but I put Sailor Moon on here already. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was kind of my thought, which is why I'm like, no, it's gonna be. And to be fair, I was on the right track with Haibane Renmei, doing old obscure bullshit that you're the only person that's watched because you're 10,000 years old.
Excuse me, I'm only turning 34 next month.
Yep. 10,000 years old.
10,000 years old. Yeah, I get you.
So you guys heard it. So next month is Mid's birthday, so everyone donate lots of gifted subs. Everyone give all of the biddies that you can, because we want to make sure that we get Mid the wonderful birthday present of a brand spanking new microphone. We want to make sure that we do that for them.
Yes, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
This is just what I do.
So these are the animes that I thought currently define my taste in anime.
So yeah, I got Sailor Moon, I got Fruba 2019, I got Shiki, and I got Gankatsuo. So that also leaves me at 4 points,
which is a tie between us.
So we need to think of a
tiebreaker.
We need to think of a tiebreaker. Yeah. What do we do for a tiebreaker? Okay. Now on your anime list, do you have anything listed as a 10 out of 10 anime?
Yeah, I have quite a few things listed as 10 out of 10s.
Okay, why don't we see...
I have my Kitsu up over here.
Why don't we see who can get the first one that we think ranks 10 out of 10?
Sure.
And it can't be something that's already on our thing, which makes it really hard for me.
Right? Okay, let's see. Let me arrange mine in
score order.
Rating. Yep. Okay. All right, so who's gonna go first?
I'll go first. I think you ranked 91 Days 10 out of 10.
Let's see, where did I rank 91 Days? I ranked 91 Days as a 9.
Me too. All right, go for it.
I think you ranked A Silent Voice at 10 out of 10.
We're not doing movies. That's not fair.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. All right, series.
But you're absolutely right. I did rank A Silent Voice 10 out of 10. Another one.
So did I. So
another one of the most difficult things I've ever had to watch. Like,
right?
fuck.
Same. Okay, let's see.
How dare you wake up, Caitlin? They're a precious princess.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to expand it. We'll say 9 out of 10 or higher.
Okay. Well, then you would have gotten it.
Well, now I'm changing the rules.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Just because I literally, if we take out movies and saying that we can't include anything on our list, I only have 2 10 out of 10s.
That's fair. Okay, so I think you have ranked Assassination Classroom somewhere between a 9 to a 10.
Which Assassination Classroom?
Oh, season 1 or season 2? Do I have to be that specific?
Well, they are listed as separate things, so yes.
I'll say season 2.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to give myself a chance to rebuttal. because
all right,
we're technically tied again if we go by the 10 out of 10 rule.
Okay.
Or the 9 out of 9.
All right.
So I'm gonna say you ranked Chrono Crusade 9 out of 10 or higher.
Where I have Chrono Crusade.
Y'all remember Chrono Crusade? Of course you don't. You're children.
I was gonna say, I remember Chrono Crusade, but actually, where do I have that rank? I gotta... Hang on, let me see if I can narrow this down with a search. No, I have that at a solid 7 out of 10.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Alright. Now it's my turn. I think you have Mob Psycho 100 ranked between a 9 and a 10.
Which season?
Okay, that's not fair!
It's a trick question.
Season 1.
It's a trick question. I ranked both seasons 9.5.
Okay.
I love Mob Psycho. I love it.
Yes.
So yes, that was a trick question. I have both seasons ranked. But come on.
Okay.
I had to start getting that specific. So congratulations, Midnight. You win. Yay. Hooray. What's the shitty anime I have to watch?
Okay, let's see. Let me get down into my, 6 out of 10s and see where...
Christ.
Alright.
Next month also begins our, month of Midnight, where it is Midnight's birthday month, so Midnight will get to choose all of the shows that we watch next month. They will be rewatches for them and new watches for me. And I will let Midnight get into that after they pick my punishment.
Yep. And I've decided your if you have not seen it, your punishment is to watch Pre-Tier.
Oh God. Really? You're going to make me watch Pre-Tier? How many episodes is that?
13.
Okay, I can do Pre-Tier. Pre-Tier. Where can I even find it?
I believe it's up on Funimation, but let me double check that.
Yeah, I can go double check that while you tell them what we're gonna watch next month.
All right. So, yes, it is up on Funimation.
Dope.
I had Funimation up anyway, so it was easy to look for me.
Soda.
Alright, so what we are going to be watching next month is the first thing I would like to watch and to make Aoshi watch is Martian Successor Nadesco. Generally one of my favorite animes ever, and I think it has a really neat underlying message of don't take things too seriously. And so it's always been something that I thought tackles that idea in an interesting way. There's also going to be the adorableness of How to Keep a Mummy. That one is so cute, and I'm so excited to share that one.
Let me look at how many weeks are in Let me look at how many weeks are in July.
I was only gonna put one more because I think 2 of the animes I want you to watch are 24 episodes. I'm pretty sure Nadesco is, and I know Gankatsuo is, but Mummy is only 12, so that'll be like a light one in between.
Well, I can watch Mummy when I watch Pre-Tier.
Yeah, you can watch Mummy when you watch Pre-Tier, so you in between the absolute cringe of Pre-Tier, you can sit there and watch an adorable 10 out of 10 cute anime about adorable little mummy.
Right.
And other small chibi creatures.
Okay, so that means that for... I'll be honest, I don't know if I can watch anything by the 4th. Because I'm working...
Oh, right, because we're late anyway.
It's Wednesday, yeah. Because I work...
Do you want to try to do... Oh, okay, if you're busy. I was going to say, if you wanted to try Mummy, like, because it's so short...
I say, I can...
4th, we could start on that.
I can try, but I'm working... tomorrow I go in at 10:30, and I'm working 10:30 to 7:30, and then the next day I'm working open, and then the next days I'm working open to closes, which is 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
So, and then I work on Independence Day as well, which is another open to close. That's not out yet.
All right.
We're deciding the watch list for next month, and Mid gets to decide it because it's their birthday.
Yep. And season 2 of Dragon Maid isn't out yet. When is that coming out?
Actually,
does anyone have any chart up?
I do.
Okay. I know that Higurashi Sotsu starts tomorrow, and I'm super hyped. I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
Let's go. Any chart, summer 2021. That airs in a week. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, airs in a week.
July 8th. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, no, I'm literally just here like, Higurashi. Tomorrow cannot come soon enough.
I mean, it's gonna come in about 4 hours, so...
I know, right? Not soon enough.
I'm excited for Sunny Boy, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm the Higurashi fan out of us. So, I'm just here like, give me Sotsu directly into my veins right now.
Why is there a Blade Runner anime coming out? Why is my life like this?
Oh, no, it doesn't come out for another 13 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh no, however, will you go on?
I know, I'll be asleep through most of that. It's fine. And then I gotta go to work for 3 hours, and by the time I get home, it'll probably be out, and I'll just be like...
Now, did you want to try to join me for, any manga club I try to do? Like, just try to find shit to read totally legally?
I was gonna say, if you can find things to read totally legally, like, anything that, like, Viz or Crunchyroll have up on their official websites, then, yeah, I would love to join them on some of that.
I won't endorse one way or another where you watch or read anything. I'm just saying, don't say where you watched or read it.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I haven't been, viewing Moriarty the most legally anyway, but that's
the thing, like,
you know what? That's kind of funny, just watching the thing about illegal things illegally.
You're right. That's hysterical. I love that.
I'm still buying it legally. So
no,
when it does
I know.
Come out here in the States, so.
Exactly. And Volume 4 comes out next month, actually, so.
Oh, nice. I have to grab that when it comes out.
Yeah. You're also getting you're also going to be getting your birthday present from me and Eric at the end of the month. So enjoy those.
Yee. I'm very, very excited.
I'm sorry that they're going to take a few days to get to you, but I'm not paying for overnight shipping.
Oh, no, that's absolutely fine. And besides, I can sustain myself on the demo for another month, or at least until it arrives.
Right? And what was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm basically working through Comey Can't Communicate, getting ready for it coming out in the fall, so...
Okay. I'll see what I can find, what I can do.
Yeah. So hopefully next week we'll have that back. I think I really hate to do this, but I think my stream is going to go down to 3 days a week at this point, and it's basically going to be my Sunday streams with Mid for the podcast. And it'll be my other 2 days off. One day will be a just chatting and manga club kind of thing, and the other one will be gaming. But at this point, with work becoming what it is, it's just not feasible for me to try to stream 3 or 4 times a week. It's literally like not even possible. So please bear with me while I work out the kinks in my schedule and I get everything figured out. But I appreciate you all very much. But I think with that all being said, I think we're good to call it a night. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for Pride Month. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found some fantastic stuff to talk about. We'll take a weekend off.
Yep, and we'll get back to you guys on the 11th, and by then, hopefully, we'll have both finished off Nadesco, which is up fully streaming on Funimation. So if you'd like to watch along, you could definitely check it out there. We'll also put down the names of the things that are carrying the other anime that we want to watch. I think it's mostly Funimation except for How to Keep a Mummy, which is a Crunchyroll exclusive.
Yep. But yeah, if you'd like to keep with what we're watching, that is the link to my Discord. So we will be having the Discord. I will be putting in Discord what we're going to be watching for the next month, as well as what manga we're going to be reading until we are, quote, finished with it. So with all that being said, Mid, is there anything that you'd like to say?
No, I think we're all set. Thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks for bearing with us while we gushed about Banana Fish. It is generally a wonderful anime, and if you have Amazon Prime and are not triggered easily by the things that we warned about at the beginning, which if you are new to the stream, you can go back and listen to our content warning at the beginning. I definitely recommend go watch it.
Yeah.
So good.
If you do want to watch the show, please don't go back and watch the VOD because we do spoil the hell out of the entire show.
Oh, we do. So if you want to check it out, just get as far as our content warning where we tell you all the things that you're going to have to be prepared for, and then pause it, go watch the show, and then come back and listen to us gush about it, because
exactly.
There you go.
But with all that being said, as always, thank you guys so very much for stopping by. Stay hydrated. It's hot as fuck out there right now. Take care of yourself. Get some good sleep. Take your meds. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
See you next time. Bye.